Okay, I'm starting over again because it was unlisted. Okay, now you can get your friends to come on. Hello, everybody out there. Come on into the room. Brown Sugar is here. Oh my goodness. We are about to go and start this show. You guys don't want to miss it. It's going to be a great show. Hey, everybody out there. How are you? Come on in.
There we go. I found it. Hey.
Yay. Have them come on in there. If you guys want to let people know to come on and join the show, because we
Come
are.
on.
Come on.
Come
Come on.
on.
Let's see what happens when we go live on this one. I think we're going to go live. We're going live everywhere. It's going to be so much fun. I cannot wait for tonight's show. I cannot wait. It's going to be a good, good show. So I'm excited for everyone to see tonight's show. And I'm getting interviewed, so I hope everyone is ready for this crazy show that's happening tonight. It's going to be somewhat
But is it gonna be crazy? It's gonna be a
crazy.
great
It is.
show. It's gonna
It
be a great
is. It's going
show.
to be. It's
Unless
going to be.
unless you're gonna tell us something crazy.
I'm planning to tell you a lot of crazy things. I am. I'm really planning on it. So let's just see what's going to happen here. Alrighty. So come on in, everybody. It's going to be a great show. And let's go and have some fun only on Brown Sugar Confessions. Here we go, guys, in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Welcome to the show, everybody. This is Brown Sugar Confessions coming to you. What's up? What's up, everybody? This is Brown Sugar Confessions out there. We are here tonight talking about relationships, love, intimacy, and all kinds of fun things on our show. If you don't know us by now, we are on Power 1017, our radio show, and we are also live on YouTube and TikTok. So make sure you guys go there right now, ask questions, because tonight's show is going to be so much fun. If you guys don't know what the show's about, let me tell you really quick. So I was gone for 6 weeks in the summertime. I was in Europe. And in Europe, I think I started in Italy, went to Germany, went to France, and then went to Amsterdam and Switzerland. So it was a long trek, right? And so these gorgeous ladies want to interview me tonight about my experience in a place called Cap d'Oc, France. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I am absolutely like nervous to have them interview me on this show. So, TikTok, put your questions in. Facebook, you put in, and we're going to get into tonight's show. So, Tracy, look at everyone looking good tonight. Girl, I know you got some fun hot topics. What is going with you in New York?
It is thunderstorming up here right now. So if you hear thunder or you hear a cat go wild in the background, it is because of that. Don't get it confused. But other than that, I'm doing great. I'm getting prepared for my next hot girl trip.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Where are you
I'm
going?
I'm
Can you tell
excited.
us?
I'm going with you.
Oh, that's right. Oh, she says she's going with me. I forgot. She is going with me. I'm taking another trip. I forgot. In November, I'm on another cruise teaching, and I'm going to talk about that. So I know you guys might have questions about what is the Bliss Cruise, and so I'm going to talk about that and like what I do. But before we get into all of that, we're going to go back to France because that's where I was at for over like I think almost 2 weeks that we were there. It was a lot of fun. So I cannot wait to tell y'all everything about France and Cap d'Agde, Paris. We're gonna talk about Paris because I was following this guy on TikTok that was talking about Paris being like one of the, like I don't want to say, did he use the word ghetto, but like it was like graffiti driven or whatever. So we're gonna
I saw that
talk.
TikTok.
Yeah, right. So we are going to
Ooh.
talk about everything you want to know about all these various places I was at. So let's just jump on this show and talk about it. So, um, Tracy, I know you got a fun hot topic. What are you talking about?
I do. So everybody knows that song by Ludacris, What's Your
Yeah,
Fantasy,
yeah, we
right?
do.
Mhm.
Okay, so today, right now, we're going to talk about your secret sexual fantasy according to your zodiac sign. Now, I know people are going to be like, oh, what's my sun sign? No, 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 no. I want you to look up what your Venus is in and correspond it to this and tell me if it's right.
Ooh.
Yeah, don't
Mm.
go by your sun sign because that's not always, do you know what I'm saying? That's your front
Right.
facing. We want to know how you're going to
Yeah.
get that love.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, we're going to start with, of course, the Aries of the group.
Gang gang.
Um, so that's March 21st through like April 19th or so.
Mm-hmm.
So their fantasy involves, of course, Aries, rough sex.
Oh, okay. Some rough one, huh? Ooh.
Rough one. They love role playing, and especially when it's like a figure of authority.
Mm,
So
okay.
I thought that was cute.
That was cute.
Taurus, April 20th through, well, if we're just doing Venus, it don't matter what the date is. So if your Venus is in Taurus, Sex in the Woods.
Okay.
Well, I could see that for a Taurus. I could definitely see that for a Taurus in your
Now you got me
Venus. I
thinking,
could
what is my
definitely.
Venus in? I think my Venus is in Taurus.
Uh-huh.
I'll actually tell you after I finish the hot topic. I'll tell you how to find out what your Venus is. Gemini, quickie in public, and I could absolutely see that with their short attention spans. I can absolutely see that. I could see that. Next is Cancer, rope play,
Is it the feeling of
and
security?
I think so. I think it's also being bound up and not being as poppy. Do you know how Geminis can go from one to the other very quickly?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um, in rope play, it is a constant thing where you are in that. So
Ah.
I think that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay.
So Cancer, we did Cancer. Now Leo, voyeurism, and I could absolutely see that.
They like
Cancer
to
Cancer
and
look.
being
voyeurism,
watched.
really? That's the
No,
sign.
Leo and
Yeah.
Cancer and
Leo and
voyeurism. I got
no,
any
Leo and
cancers out there that are
voyeurism.
voyeurs? I want to know.
No, Leo's voyeurism.
Ah, so what was
Leo
cancer?
is voyeurism.
What was cancer?
Cancer is
Rope play.
Cancer rope
Role play.
play.
Okay, got it, got it.
Yes. So Virgo, workplace fantasy.
I can see
And
that.
Oh, okay.
Even as a Virgo sun, that is my ultimate. That is my ultimate.
I love
Your
But
it.
sexy secretary?
where my V, please.
Sexy secretary. I wonder out there
So,
how many have sexy secretaries.
okay, so Libra is BDSM.
I'm
And
not a
if your
Libra, but
Venus
I'm
is
all about
in
that.
if your Libra is in Venus, You're naturally like one. You naturally want to serve.
Okay,
You
Mhm.
naturally do.
I got
Yeah.
you.
Scorpio. Oh, these Scorpios be killing me, yo. Erotic asphyxiation, of course.
Clink clink.
Of
Clink clink.
Sagittarius is the Mile High Club.
This I can definitely see.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, I want to talk about the Mile High Club. Okay, we're gonna talk about that too on the show.
Oh,
Let's
oh,
talk
are
about it
we talking about that now or later?
later. We're gonna
Oh,
finish.
okay.
Have Trees finish this up.
Oh, okay. My bad.
And
My bad.
A Capricorn getting paid for sex.
Oh,
I can see this.
okay, I can see that.
Don't
We're
make
gonna talk
money and
about
don't make
Amsterdam
sense.
getting paid for it.
Now, the final one.
What?
Aquarius. And as someone who has Aquarius heavy in their chart, alien role play, this is my jam. This is my jam.
Oh
Are
my
are you- are you
goodness.
getting attacked by the tentacle monster?
I
Are you
am
that girl?
Oh my goodness.
Are you the girl that they make hentai after, ma'am?
Oh my goodness.
always, always. But that's it for sexy
Oh wait,
role
we
play
missed one.
according.
We missed
I
Pisces.
love it. I
Dang, we
wonder
done
out
blew it with
there.
Pisces.
Pisces, I'm sorry,
Done blew
Pisces. I
Pisces.
forgot y'all. I forgot y'all fish-eyed Pisces. Of course, with those big googly eyes, y'all love orgies.
Orgies. Oh, we're gonna talk about that.
Not the big googly eyes.
But not well. We're gonna talk about big googly things, but you know.
Some of you Pisces do not look at you with big googly eyes when they up to no good.
Oh no. I'm never gonna forget this now. Oh my
Oh my
god.
good one.
All right.
All right.
So that's it for your zodiac sign, but I want you to apply it to your
Zodiacs.
Venus and look it up and see if it hits for you or not.
I love it. I absolutely love it. You guys go to YouTube if you're not on. I know those are on TikTok right now. You're probably like, what is she talking about? You got to go to our YouTube and see all of us talking about like the zodiac, the sexy zodiacs, because that is just what we did. That was a good one. That was a good one, Tracy. Miss T,
Yeah.
what's going on down there?
I'm gonna make a real quick hot
Okay,
topic.
we got a quick one.
Get deep into the sauce. So
I
and
want to
honestly,
stall.
with you want to stall? No, ma'am. We are not stalling. That's I said we gotta get through this
Okay.
quick. But I'm
Okay.
gonna
All
give you
right.
the
Let's do
title
it.
first. All right.
Okay.
Here's the title. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
This couple tried to conceive for years. Turns out they were having sex all wrong.
Oh.
So this is also why I'm a very big component that you should not save yourself for marriage, because two people not knowing what they're doing is just a bad mix. You know what I mean?
How do you not know what you're doing?
Yeah. Well,
Situation.
I could see that.
Here's
I
the
could
situation.
see
So this
that.
is a Chinese couple.
Uh,
So there was this Chinese couple that had been trying to conceive for years, and they flummoxed about why they couldn't conceive. They had been married for 4 years, husband and wife. They've been getting it together a lot, and just nothing was happening. The couple, they were ages 24 and 26, and decided to go to a doctor.
Oh no, I think we have some technical difficulties right now. Give us a second and let us get back on. So, while we're waiting for Miss T to come back, I want to get into this interview with Doc Val.
oh Lord, I'm so
So,
nervous. Oh, okay, let's do it.
so we're gonna get into it. So, you mentioned orgies, you mentioned paid for sex, you mentioned
I
ton
did.
a ton of things.
I did.
And honestly, my little brain is flabbergasted and I want to know everything
Okay. All
right
right.
now.
Uh, I'm gonna let y'all pass it up first. So, we arrived in Paris, and it was ironic. I think the guy that was posting about Paris was around there the same time. And when I got to Paris, they were just finishing like this big protest around the shooting of a young black male that I think was Algerian. I could be wrong about where he was from, but I think it was Algeria. I could be incorrect about that. And while I was there, another political situation happened. It was the overthrow of the government of Niger. Sorry. So there was a lot going on politically happening in France at the time. So, we arrived there, all this stuff was going on. Chose not to stay in Paris because there was so much stuff that was happening. My husband found a suburb, the name of it, but class, little town, nothing like Paris at all, really great. Then we took this long train down to what's an area called Capdac. Now, let me set up the scene for you guys that don't know what Capdac is. Okay, so Capdac village is in the south of France. Teresa's home the teddy bear. And it is known as a naturalist village. So what I mean by naturalist is that everyone is nude. From the moms, from the grandmoms, from the baby, everybody is walking around nude. The grocery stores, the pharmacy is nude, the bank is nude, in city. So everywhere you go, you are nude. Now, you get your room or wherever you're going to be. So this place is humongous. It probably goes from maybe under 80,000 in the winter, if that many, because it gets really cold, you're on the water, to, I've heard like 1 million people in the summertime. That's what some figure was given to me. That's how it explodes.
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah. I'm waiting.
So
go ahead, baby.
You're saying this is a small city in France, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, so is it northern France, southern France? Where is it?
It's southern France. It's the
Southern
south of France.
So it can go anywhere between 80,000 to 1 million.
Yeah.
Throughout
It goes
the year.
up. Yes.
Okay.
That's how many. Yeah.
Okay.
During this season,
Wow,
and the
okay.
season is summer, and it fluctuates because people, the beach is amazing, and it's known for its naturalist vibe. So, like I said, everyone all day long is nude. So we check in to our room. It's late at night, and I want to set up the scenes for you so you understand like what is happening when you're going in. So you have this beautiful Long Beach. Beautiful, right?
Okay.
So you're walking out of your hotel, the first beach that you arrive, and there's no signs that designate what these beaches are. Okay? There's no signs. It's just people know, or because you've been there, but there's no distinct markers that I could tell. So the first beach you come to is a family beach. You'll see mom and dad and the baby, the grandparents. They're all nude. They're playing in the water and, just having a good old-fashioned nude family outing, right? So you walk a little bit further down, and then you see the swingers beach. Now,
There's the family beach, and then there's the swingers beach.
And the swingers beach, yes.
Is there any space between the family beach and the swingers beach?
There's an area that's kind of empty, but it's not like there's a sign that says lifestyle people or swingers. It's just a little stretch that's kind of empty. Does that make sense?
Sorry.
Like there's no one there.
Like, I'm wondering, is like a curious junior just going to be like, oh, I wonder what they're doing.
That's what I'm like. You can just peek and look, like, but there does seem to be the adults know that side of the beach are lifestyle or swingers, so they kind of stay further away from the swinging beach. But it's right, you walk a few feet and, yards and you're there, you're looking, right? So
Okay.
then you have the swingers beach, right? And so I'm walking, and my husband and I are, we're walking through the swinger section. And the swinger section is, it is so deep with people, like maybe 500 to 1,000 people on the beach and the swinger
Whoa.
side.
People or pairs?
Whatever.
Grouping. Cause I,
What whatever you got, they're there. So and so the first night, my husband and I are walking, right? And I don't know if he's listening. I won't even call his name. He may be. He's from Brazil. If he is, you know who I'm talking about, you. But the first night that we're walking on the beach, and I look over, and there is this woman giving about 6 guys in a circle some sloppy toppies. I'm gonna leave it at
I
that.
love it.
okay.
I love it.
And she's, and what people do is look. Everyone's looking.
Like, is it rapid fire? This person, this person, this person, this person, or is she going like one at a time?
She was doing her, whatever that was. She was doing it. She was just, I don't know if she was combining them. I don't know. I wasn't staring that hard. I can't lie, right?
Like, is she just taking her tongue and going "Bleh," like that? Like, I need details. I need details.
She, I will tell you this. She was definitely having fun with them. She looked like she was going like, let me help one brother out. Let me help this one sister out. It looked like she was being very, very sweet and making sure she was taking care of everyone. I will definitely say that. So here I am, and I'm looking, and I'm like, I know this guy that's in the circle getting a sloppy toppy.
Wow. Like, wait, ain't that so and so?
That's exactly what I did. I'm like, isn't that so and so? And my husband's looking. He's like, he's in Brazil. I'm like, no, he ain't. He ain't in Brazil. He's right on this beach. And I knew it was him. He's a beautiful man, very distinguished looking. He has a certain, that look. And so I'm standing there literally like this, just looking at him getting his sloppy toppy, right? And so he's done, right? He looks up and sees me, and he screams, "Oh, snap!" He says, "I feel like my ex-wife just caught me."
Oh no. Oh no.
And so he comes to me, he gives me a big hug, and he high fives Gerd, and I'm like, he's like, "I just got in this morning." I said, "You just got in her mouth, or you just got in Captac?"
Context, my guy.
Context. So he's like, "Yeah, I just got in at like 8 o'clock this morning," and this is like maybe 10:30. So I'm like, "You didn't even put your back clothes away. You just getting it in."
A coffee. He didn't even have coffee.
Look, he was ready. As soon
He
as
was
he
ready.
got his room checked, whoosh,
He was
let's go.
on the beach getting his sloppy toppy. And so he's like, "Oh, I'll be here all week. We got to hang out. We got to party." He's telling me, because there's like, I found like there's 3 guys like that are known in Captac. Like if you go, these 3 guys are the 3 guys like if you're a player, you want to play with these 3 guys. They're infamous more or less. And he's one of the 3. And I found the other 2 because I'm like, I want to find them because eventually I want to interview them.
But
So
did
we
you
gotta
get
talk about that.
pictures of them?
They're naked, so that's a no. I did not. I
guess
did not. But
that's the other question I had is clearly you can't take pictures while you're there. I'm
you're not
assuming.
supposed to now. Some people, I see them sneaking, but no. And I will tell you, like, if a scene on a swingers beach is happening, because you're not supposed to have your cameras out, people will take your camera and throw it into the ocean. They don't play.
Ooh.
They do
know
not
that's
play with
right.
that. They'll dare you to say something and do something. They're like, come play if you want. But no, so no one does anything when that happens. They just really just, they don't even put them out. So here we are. So, we're walking, we go past the Swingers Beach after we see our friend from Brazil. And then we go down to the gay beach. And the gay guys are doing their thing. They're
Oh, that's
not as
wonderful.
deep. Yes, they're not as deep as the swingers as far as people, but they're out there, having their fun, doing what they do. And then you're walking down a little bit more, and then you see like the camping section. And the camping section is where you're going to see clothing people, clothed people. So this is moms, dads, families with their clothes on, and they're camping further down the beach. So
Okay.
this beach is long and it's nicely segregated because it has to be, because everyone has its own vibe, right? So that's the beach scene, right? And it's nude. Only when you get towards the very end is when you should cover up, because everyone at the very end of the beach has a bikini on, bathing suit or something. So you just get your sarong and cover yourself up, or put your pants on, or whatever you got. And then you just walking down. So the beach is amazing. The water is beautiful. It's beautiful, right? So that was a lot of fun.
Okay.
So we get there and they have what's called these pool parties. Party is the Babylon pool parties. It's called the Babylon. Now, these pool parties start at noon and they end at 5 a.m.
Wow.
It's techno from the time you get into Captac, from the time you leave, techno is playing.
Oh
And
wow.
so, you're in these parties, right? And we were in a VIP section, so we're nice and high. And, we got the champagne girls, and, they have a big pool there. There's people, they have like a little a raised level on the pool. So people are dancing on this like raised level on the pool. There's people that are having sex. There's blowjobs. There's guys just sitting on the edge of the pool, and women are just going around like a Daisy Duke and just giving them blowjobs. They're just sitting
Well,
there like
we saw
like
that.
this,
We saw
like
that in
this,
April. Yep.
just like this, and girls are just going around, just giving them blowjobs, right? And then you'll see girl on girl action. You don't see any guy on guy action, whether it's behind closed door, but you
Boo.
don't see it. But you'll see girl on girl, you'll see foursomes, you'll see whatever. They're getting it in around this pool, right? And so, there's no food, it's only alcohol. Everyone's nude. You cannot bring your phone in. They have security where everything has to be off of your body and it's secured in a bag. Nothing goes in the Babylon.
Well,
So
they
then
can
you
survive
have,
if they ain't got no food.
yeah, no food, just alcohol. I didn't, you know what? That could be a lie. I've never seen food all this time. I've only seen alcohol. I can't imagine
As
food.
many times you told us about these stories about people when it comes to sex, there's always food involved. There's no food here,
No food. Sweetheart, there's no food. Yeah. So
bro.
that
I ain't
was
going. There's no food.
not at that. I did not see any food at that one. I can't even lie. I don't think I want it anyway because this is too much going on. This club is this club's 1,000 people deep. I'm talking. They just coming. It's deep.
There's nothing but
And
skin,
so
skin and
then
fluid.
skin and fluid, and then the foam comes down.
It
Oh
comes
Lord,
down.
here comes the foam. So here you are partying, then the foam comes down, and you slip. People are slipping and sliding. They doing what you're doing, right? They just doing it in the foam, whatever. And so I was like, I told my husband, all right, I'm okay with the foam party, but when the foam gets past my knee, I'm out because I'm
Yeah.
just not slipping and sliding. I don't
Yeah.
know because the foam it's over their head. You're fighting the foam. So, that's this big pool party. I don't know if it's Les Jardins pool party, not Babylon. Les Jardins pool party. So it was like off the charts. Absolutely a lot of fun, this pool party. So this starts, like I said, around noon. And then another pool party is what they have. And that's the Babylon. I was incorrect. The first one is Later, and the second one is Babylon. So these are the two famous ones for lifestylers. That's your go-to. And so at the Babylon, the water, it's a huge pool. It's 1,000 people in the pool where you're like this. And people, it's just getting it in. You will see girls just laid up with their legs like this. And guys are just getting it in. In there. You will see guys just leaning back, just getting their sloppy toppies. And it alcohol and sex and nudity.
I already know somebody in our YouTube live is like, what the F? Like, I would never go there.
Yeah, and I will say,
so
I will say this to you, right? And guys, I know you're asking questions on YouTube, and we're gonna answer the questions during break so that you guys have don't go anywhere. So I'm gonna answer all your questions. But they'll say there's only one place in the world like Kaptak, and it truly is only one place in the world like Kaptak, because you've got people that are just butt wild naked having sex, and then you've got like maybe a block or 2 blocks down, you got a family barbecuing. I mean, and it's all okay, and everyone gets along. The cops are so happy. Because the women are running around buck naked. They're taking pictures with the cops, and the cops are like this, just smiling. They're all in these pictures. I'm like, every cop in France wants this beat to work in Kaptak, because all these cops were so happy. They was so cute, and everyone is so well behaved because they know one incident, it's shut down. You're going to have problems, right? So everyone's well behaved.
Okay, so while we're talking about people being well behaved, we have to be well behaved and take a break because we got bills to pay.
We got bills?
We got bills, telephone bills, all these bills. We got to pay them. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hey, and if you're on YouTube, stay there because we're about to answer your questions. We'll be back in 2 and 2.
Oh, YouTube. Let's go there. We've got some people on YouTube who want to ask some questions. So who do we have on here? I know we got Daughter of Crossroads. Hey, love. How are you? You're looking forward to tonight's show. Hey, honey. We have Sugar Bones. Tammy. Hey, beautiful. And Nisa House. How are you? And they're from Curacao. Hey, Curacao. How are you? Nisa, hey, I remember you. Yes, love, how are you? Good to see you.
Nisa has a question. She wants to know, is Kaptak more fun than Hito?
Yes, Nisa. Absolutely.
Why you say it like that? It was like no inflection. You were like, yeah.
Absolutely.
Why
Nisa,
was it more fun? Now you got to go into detail.
Okay. It's more fun because everyone is fucking everybody all the time. I mean, and the people, they just fucking. I can't describe it. And no one's I don't know you. They're just fucking and sucking. Girl on girl action. I've never seen so much sex. I'm like, and men are in the corner like putting injections in their stomach because everyone's. We're gonna talk about men doing the most with injections, keeping their heart on. And it's not pills. They're getting injections. Now, they're injecting themselves. I won't tell you what they're using, but you can figure it out on your own. And it's all legal, but they're injecting to keep themselves hard. Yes, Tracy, honey.
I want a ticket because I want to go.
Oh.
Girl, it's crazy.
I'm trying to go with you, Doc Val.
Let's do it.
For real.
So is it more crazy? Yes. The people are so amazing. Now I want you to imagine France is a very, did a lot of colonization. So they have lots of, I don't know, you call them countries that are French or colonized countries of France. I don't know how to describe it. But anyway, you'll see Moroccans, you'll see people from Curacao, you'll see Haitians, you will see people from Africa, you will see the gauntlet of French speaking people there. And there's one gentleman, he's Tahitian French, and he's one of the three I was talking about. This gentleman looks like I don't even know how anyone could be this beautiful. He's stunning. When I tell you, I was like, honey, please, just if I could get a pass one night, just he's like, absolutely not. You know, he's just stunning. And you know, he's got this gorgeous member with the perfect little curve,
The
and
curve, is it the C
it's
curve?
up, and it's up a little bit like that. But he's
With or without
beautiful.
with or without a turtleneck? That's the real question.
You know, no turtleneck. I didn't see one.
Ooh.
I did not see a turtleneck. And he was just, he's every woman's, like, they just get it in with him. And he knows it. And then there's another one that is Australian, that's always there. And he is also one of the three guys that women, you know, if they want to take a trophy, you want one of the three. If you want to bag all three, you get all three. Okay? So
I
that's
feel like
what
you
those
should get
three
a gold
guys.
star for that.
I think you should get a gold star. Yeah, Tracy.
I have a question. So there are three guys. Are there three girls?
I'm not aware of any trophy chicks there. Like girls that
Okay,
just
so
are
that means I got to get my
regulars.
game up, right?
Yeah, get your game up. I don't know of any girls that are regular that are just there every year, every season for the play. But these three gentlemen, one's Brazilian, one's Australian, and one is Tahitian. Those three guys seem to be the staple that the women want to play with. And so, yeah, Nice is more fun, more crazy than Hito. And since you're in Curacao, girl, you know it's nothing for you. You don't need a visa. Just hop on a plane and go to your country. Go to France, girl. Take that train and enjoy it. It is. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So we have more questions. If not, we're going to go back to the
Yeah,
show. You got more
Nisa
questions. Okay.
Nisa says that so ladies, we're going. And
Oh, yay.
V Marie
Hmm.
said that it's hard to believe anything is more fun than Hito. I need to see. So here's a better question since before we get back onto topic. How do they find out about CapTag? Because clearly, one, nobody knows how to spell it. I didn't even know how to spell it until you actually made the flyer
The
for
post.
today.
I'm going to put the link in for the city, and of course it's France. I'm going to put the link in. I'm going to tell you, if you want to go to Capdac, there's a lot to do. It's a whole city. They have some of the best shopping I've ever experienced. And I'm talking, it's inexpensive and sexy. Just mad
Oh,
sexy.
define sexy. How sexy is sexy?
I'm gonna put a couple of outfits on that I got there. I got one that is a Swarovski, and this was a little up in the price point because I didn't care. I was like, I want it, but it's a choker. It has a chain that goes down the chest, and then it has these two round ones, and it goes like a bra, but there's nothing cover it, and it's just all this is out, but it's just
Ooh.
like diamonds, like Swarovski's here, and a bra in the back. It's stunning. So
Ooh.
I was wearing that, and I just
See, like that's just what I was
I
wearing. I don't
bet
know
you
what y'all
were.
wearing.
Right. See, like, you gonna see me in
I
the crowd.
you gonna see me. So my girls were my hoo ha's was out, honey. I
Yeah,
was
out here
like I was
blinding people
and
in
those
the front and on around the
and the
side.
back beautiful, and it was maybe 120. I think the most expensive thing I bought there.
Oh, that's not
But
bad
you've
at all.
got
Wow.
BDSM wear. You've got anime wear. You've got anything you can think of. I did not know that there were a lot of black Scotmen from Scotland. Scotchmen? Scottish men. What do
I
you
didn't
call
know
them?
there was
Scots?
one. Wow. A lot?
Scots,
I
yes.
knew there were black Scots. I just didn't know there were a lot of black Scots.
There
Yeah,
were a
there are a
lot in
lot.
Cap Jack. I thought
And
it was
black
I,
Irishmen and Irish
Ah.
people. Yeah, there are a
Yeah.
lot.
I
I
was gonna say, did they
I
have
was
the accent
stunned.
though? Did they have the
They had an
accent?
accent and they were wearing their kilts.
Ah,
And
I
with
love
the
it.
socks
I will go for that.
and
I will go
and
for
the
that.
socks and the shoes and the full, and they were topless, but they were wearing, I noticed the Scotsmen were wearing the kilts and Cap Jack. And
I'm here
their
for it.
girls are like anything under there, like nope, and they just raise it up and keep on walking.
That's what I'm here for.
But I was surprised how many black men were wearing these kilts that are from Scotland and Cap. I was like, wow, that's so cool. And Moroccan women were there, just enjoying themselves. It was such a beautiful mixture of people, and everybody is talking to you. It's fun. The food is outstanding. All right, we're gonna talk about that later. All right, well, we'll talk about on the
Okay, so
show.
there was
All right,
food, it
more.
just wasn't at this pool party.
Yes, yes. We're gonna talk about the
Okay.
food because we're gonna talk how to get the food, right? So,
All
are
right,
more
thanks.
questions when we go back? Any more questions?
No, the only one I see is Treese, don't leave me. Monica says she coming
Monica
too.
wants to come.
Monica says she coming too.
Come on, Monica, we going. We getting tickets. We getting tickets.
Next year, June, guys. Next year, June. Look for some details
I feel like
because
we're gonna be giving everybody like all these field trips to go on. People are trying to go to
I
Hedo, they're
know.
trying to go to Captac, they're trying to go to Temptations, we're trying to go to Miami, wherever we are, the people want to go to.
Gonna go,
So
because we hot girls. You can't, we
Wait, wait.
fun.
I
What?
just
What?
had it.
What?
Brown Sugar Confessions World Domination Tour.
oh,
Yes! Yes!
put that on a shirt. Put that
Put
on a
that
shirt.
on a shirt. I love it. World Domination Tour.
Domination
I
tour.
love it. Yes, let's do it. I think we're gonna have a whole. We're gonna have a side come. It's gonna be nothing but naked travel.
There we go. I'm here for it. I'm
That's
here
All
for
I've
it.
ever wanted to do.
That's all you want to do. All right. So what else can I tell you that I can say on YouTube that I cannot say like on the radio? So
Oh,
it is
let's go.
anything that you could absolutely imagine people are doing. And I'm going to talk about the dungeon. I'll do that on the radio. But I think we better go back on the air, guys. And you guys just hang on YouTube because we're going to get I'm going to go into more detail about the food, about the restaurants, about the various kind of clubs to go to, and what's under the clubs
Wait,
that you don't
what?
want to miss. There's things
Under
under the
under the
clubs.
clubs. That
Under.
sounds
Wow.
dangerous.
And
Oh, we gonna
about the
talk about
catacombs,
it.
right? We're
We
not
gonna
talking about
talk
the
about
catacombs.
what's under the club. So go ahead, Tracy, take us back, girl, so we can go into this show and get these people going.
All right. So we're going to get back into it. Welcome to Brown Sugar Confessions on Power 1017. You can watch us live on YouTube on Thursday nights. You can catch recordings on Spotify. Now, let's really get into it. We want to hit 1,000 subscribers. Now, how do
Yes.
we do that? You got to help us. That means you need to like, share, and subscribe. Also, leave a comment. We want to know what you're thinking on our YouTube. Help us hit 1,000 subscribers, and we're going to have a surprise for you.
We are.
So, if we're talking and we're getting really real with Doc Val, right? You got some confessions because I'm hearing all this stuff and I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting a little hot and I feel like I need to confess. The
I
seat
need to
is
get another
hot
drink
here.
here. I'm
There
recording right
is-
now.
And
There,
I'm sure Doc Val is getting hot in her seat with all of these
She
questions.
holding back
So
on us,
if you
y'all.
wanna-
Don't let the smile fool you. She holding back.
Yeah,
Oh
she
yeah,
holding
you
back.
know it.
So if you want to confess, why don't you reach out to us at brownsugarconfessions@gmail.com. Exactly how it is on our YouTube, exactly how it sounds. brownsugarconfessions@gmail.com. Now, let's take it serious for a second. If you're listening to this and you're
Yeah.
thinking, wait, I want to go to the naked beach.
who wants to go to the naked beach?
I
I want
wanna
to get
do
boot booty
wild
naked.
stuff.
You want to get naked on the naked beach?
I just wanna go,
Somebody bend
on
me up
somebody.
like a Bavarian pretzel.
A
Yeah.
Bavarian pretzel.
Yes.
A Bavarian pretzels. A
If you're
Bavarian
thinking-
pretzel.
Look, we're getting into it. I'm hungry. We getting into it.
I was about to say I'm hungry now. Like I
Eh,
really want a pretzel.
I'm glad I
all
ate
right,
before I started the show.
all
If
right.
you're
So we're
thinking
uh
you
huh
want to get in bent up like a Bavarian pretzel,
a
but you're
Bavarian
having some
pretzel.
self
I
if you're having some self-esteem issues, I
Call
want you to
me.
take a second and I want you to think about who you can trust and who can really give you perspective and help you. You need to reach out to the one and only Doc Val.
Oh, thank you, thank
Sorry, there's
you.
nobody like her. Nobody. If you
ever.
Oh,
want to
you're
reach
so
her,
sweet.
look, if you want to reach her and get real and come get naked on the beach with us as we do our brown sugar
Who wants to get naked on the
world
beach?
domination
Just like
tour,
naked,
you need to come. You need to write her
naked.
at Valerie at
Come and
swanCenter.com. I'm going to
tag
spell
me.
it for you. Valerie at Swan, SWANCenter.com. Now, it's all about healing. She's all about healing. She's all
Yes,
about
yes,
growing.
yes.
She's all about experimenting
She's also
safely.
about
We
slapping
always
booties. Don't let
say
her
it.
fool you.
Yeah, no, she really about that.
I am
She
not
really
about
about that.
slapping
Don't let.
booties. I am not about slapping
With
booties.
consent. She's about slapping
with
booties with
With
consent.
consent.
With
With
consent.
consent.
with consent and paddles.
So reach out to her at Valerie at swancenter.com. Now let's get into this because we don't got a lot of time. Let's go.
All
All
right,
right,
let's
so
get
quick
into it.
question. Quick question before
Yes.
we get back into the descriptions because I don't think we answered it in the first half. Why were you there in
So
Cap
I
Town?
was there. I was there. I was asked to come to Cap d'Ac, France, with a group, and because I was teaching there, and from teaching in Cap d'Ac, and then I went on a riverboat cruise with the same group that I was teaching for. So that is why I was there. Now I'll have to be honest. In Cap d'Ac, with so much intimate activity going on, I didn't have to teach nobody nothing.
Okay, that's what we're talking about.
I,
That's
all
what
I
we're
was
talking
doing
about.
was I was just taking notes and looking. I'm like, these people, they don't even, they doing the most. So
Okay, okay.
I
So
did
was
not teach anyone.
the lesson on the riverboat cruise was that before you guys got to Cap Tech or after Cap Tech?
That was after Cap d'Ac. So I did
Okay,
the Cap
okay,
d'Ac first, and then we went on the boat. And the same people didn't go to both of them. They were
okay.
separate.
Gotcha.
And we were in Cap d'Ac for 11 days. We were there for a long time.
Ooh,
So, yeah, a long time. So let me tell you about the food in Cap d'Ac, right?
yes,
And so,
that's important.
as I said, it's a naturalist village. That means that everyone is nude in Cap d'Ac. And so to go to the grocery store, you go to the grocery store nude. And so they have I know two ways to get to the grocery store. One's, I call it the gauntlet, where, they have typical, European style places. So there's, like cafes, and then people are sitting on the cafes. And there's this hallway that you got to go through buck naked to go to the grocery store. And, so you're walking and you're going to the grocery store, and some of the best fruits, vegetables. There's men, women, there's boobies in the lettuce. I mean, they're hanging over, they're picking their melons because there's melons in the melons.
They're holding up the
So,
melons with the melons.
yeah, there's melons in the melons.
There were
So,
sausages in the cucumbers.
there's sausages in the cucumbers, really good seafood. So it's, the food was amazing. And in our room, like, I was cooking after a while because I got sick of going out. I will be honest. I just got sick of restaurants because we were there for so long. So the food was incredible. And the restaurants, you go there naked as well. And some of them you're naked, some of them you can dress up. But for the most of them, I recall you are naked. Or you got what you got on. And, you're just enjoying yourselves and eating, and you're walking, people walk by. There are a lot of people there that have various types of play. So one of those play that they have is also fetish play, right? BDSM. So we went to a BDSM club because I was quite curious as to what this club has. And The French take BDSM to another level. I will
How
have to
so?
say.
How so? I need to know.
Well,
I'm putting the
there
phone
was
down for
a
this. YouTube, you gotta wait. All right, let's go.
there was a workshop that's happening in this September. I think it's now actually, where they have axe play.
Axe like
That's the
in
A
the
X
chop
E.
chop.
Yes,
Like I put
AX,
wood down and hit
AX.
it and it splits
Yes,
axe.
axe. Yes, axe, AX. I'm like, I don't think I want that type of play and
First of all,
training.
that sounds like what's that one film dark film line in porn smut?
I don't know. I don't want that training. I didn't see any axe, but they had a poster in the bathroom that you could come to their axe training that was happening. They also had some knife play that was going on. That's also a training. So they have another level that I hadn't seen before, nor do I personally want to experience. I'm not judging. It's just not my wheelhouse. Okay, don't come for me,
I got all kinds
vet
of
people,
questions
because
now.
I'm about your play.
We need to find
Lots of
somebody.
questions.
Yeah, but I'm not about that. I don't want to do the axe place. But there was a that was happening, and then this dungeon. Of course, the dungeon is you have to be clothed to go into a BDSM dungeon. You have to have the fet wear on. So I got a new fet outfit. My husband, I made him get a fet outfit, and it's like $60, I think, to get in. You get your drink, and then they have a buffet. Now, you know, I'm not about eating a buffet in a fet club. I'm just not. It's just not something I'm willing to do, especially with the scene that I saw so close to the food, because the
What was
scene
the
was
scene?
blood play.
Near the food,
Oh,
not near the food.
who?
Like,
Why?
so here is what I saw, right? And I don't judge, but it's just not my thing. And I actually said I have to leave the scene because I was just like, it was too much for me. So they had this beautiful girl up there, and by the time we got in there, she had blood dripping down her legs. And I'm like, okay, either it was knives or it was a board of nails. I'm not sure, right? So the Dom is cleaning her up, and he's putting all the antiseptic on her wounds, and she's coming down from the high she experienced, and he hugs and comforts her, gives her the aftercare. And I'm like, okay, it's the end of the scene. I don't know everything that transpired. I just know there was a lot of blood on her legs and on the mat that he had for her, his custom mat. And so I'm like, okay, nice scene. Who's next? What's next? And so then he puts her back up there, and I'm like, oh, okay, wow, okay, well, he's gonna go
Oh
again.
no, round two.
Yeah, and I'm like, and then he brings out a paddle with nails and starts again. And this time the blood was flowing because the wounds had not healed, right?
Near
And
the food.
it's where the food is in the corner. So, and that's where the
Oh,
room was.
oh
And
no.
I was just like, I told my husband, I don't feel comfortable in this scene. I have to leave because she had already come down, right? Chemically speaking, I'm not going to go into science behind BDSM. That's not what this workshop's about, or this show's about. But
Next show
she
though,
had already
maybe.
come down, right? And he took her back there again. Um, and I just didn't feel comfortable watching the scene, so I left. But there was lots of blood that was flowing at this point from the open wound she already had. So then we left and we went to another part of the room, and there was this old man that must have been like maybe 70 years old, and his sub was maybe 22. Beautiful young girl. He had a glove on, like my hand. If you're looking at my hand, he had the glove on. And with this glove, he had an attachment and a whip attached to the glove. All he did was flick, and it made these beautiful whelps all over her body. And he did it to the music of the club and dancing with it. This old man, I was, and of course BDSM, they had like much more of the chant, the Gongorian chanting music. So he's
Oh
swaying
no.
with it, and all he's doing is flicking. It was, and I was mesmerized by how he made this tool that he was using. and the whip had an end no bigger than maybe a quarter of an inch. It was so thin, and he was a master because he was hitting on the buttocks and the top of the shoulders. No vital organs, nowhere where he should not have struck. He was striking. He was beautiful with it, and I was impressed by his technique. My husband says to me, "How did he get such a young girl up there?" I was like, "Why? Why, honey? Why?"
I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my
I'm with
God.
Notorious D on this. I'm with Notorious D on this.
He
Like,
was
first
like,
of all,
how he get such a young girl up there? But just to see him doing his thing, that was lovely. And then he put her on this wheel, and then he spun the wheel with her on it.
he just literally did the Price is Right with this poor girl.
Yes, he did the Price is Right on the wheel. Yes, with the
300,
whip.
whoosh.
With the whip, timing it so that he was hitting the buttocks. I'm talking, he could have given a class and I would have went to the class. That's how masterful he was. He was old,
Wow.
70, easy. And it was the glove and a bull whip attached to the glove, and all he did was flick it. No energy, and he just swam, boom, boom, and you could hear it. And she was just loving it. So that was quite interesting to see someone in the play that knew what they were doing, having a good time. And it was quite interesting to see the price. I love it. The Price is Right reel.
He just Price is Right or just be like 300.
Yes.
300.
So that was cool to see.
500.
And so then I'm going to talk about the nightclubs, right? Because
Yes.
nightclubbing is important. They have beautiful nightclubs. We went to 2 nightclubs, I think. We had VIP section, so we got in nice and early. We had our little VIP corner. We had, the champagne coming out, the lighted, it was all high end. Everything is high end what we did, right? Beautiful. And so then the dancing starts. But here's the thing, right? In the nightclubs, you must be dressed. I'm talking not sandals. You must be wearing heels, no platforms. Not platforms, no.
I am so
You can
confused.
rent shoes from the nightclub.
I got even more questions now.
I
Yeah,
won't be
you
able to
can-
find that nightclub.
You can rent shoes for the nightclub, but you cannot come in with flats, with sandals, with wedges. No, you need to have stilettos on to walk in the club. Men must wear pants and dress shoes. You must be dressed to enter and party in the club. Which I said, like, who is going to pack all this stuff to go to a nightclub? Right? Number
Right.
one. But then you go downstairs,
What's
and then they all
downstairs?
getting it in. So they all naked downstairs.
So I gotta put
Everyone.
on
That's
clothes
just
to get
take
naked.
it back off.
Yes.
This is some
Yes.
BS. This
Yes.
is straight BS.
So you walk in, you're
Get it
dancing,
done.
you're having a good time, And I get it's because with alcohol and nudity, things can happen unconsensually, right? So that does make sense. And I was surprised that they had these areas downstairs where you could have and engage in and play. So they had, what do they have? Couples only side. And it was huge. I'm talking huge. Couples only side. Then you had couples that want single males. So there's a lot of single males on one side. So if you're into that play. And then they had single females. So a couple could go to the single female side, or you could join, a single female could join the couples. A single male could join the couple, or couples. That's how they kind of had it broken up. Again, security. Everyone's on their best behavior. Really quite fascinating how everyone was just, they have peephole rooms so you could peek in. They have rooms that you could raise the curtains. They have voyeur rooms that you could just, like a fishbowl, you're just standing watching people engage in activity. It was crazy. And then when you're done, they have a shower. You shower. In the shower, they have great smelling French colognes and French lotions and hair dryers and curlers. And you go back upstairs to go party again.
So
That's
One
let
of
me
but
those
make sure
tell.
I'm
tickets.
understanding this. Let
That's
me
it.
make sure I'm understanding this. All right. So
Yes.
top floor is club. You have to be dressed to the nines for a club.
Uh-huh.
But if you get tired of club and you want to go hunch, you go downstairs, take everything off, go hunch, clean up, and if you're ready to go party again, put your clothes on and go back and party.
Right, but take a shower first. Take a shower
Yeah,
first,
take a
brush your
shower
yes.
first, go back
Go
up,
upstairs and
get
party.
dressed, go party, and then when you get done, you leave, you take your clothes off again because now you're in
Again.
town.
Exactly. There you go. That's
I
it.
am so confused. I am so confused.
That is it. So every couple, every woman I noticed had a bag with her because in this bag is all of her. She's got to take her clothes off to put them in the bag. She's got her towel. She's got her stuff that she wants, her toys, whatever she is. So there was a lot of that going on in the nightclubs. Then they have actual, like they call them the sex clubs. And the sex clubs, again, very high end. We walk in, you take your clothes off, they go into a locker. It's all co-ed. The first area is a bar, so you get your drink on. And then they have the sauna area because you're talking about, Europe. So you have the sauna area, hot tub, people are in there, getting sloppy toppies. Girls are on the ledge, getting their, getting some appetizer. They were being appetizered. I don't know how else to describe
Appetizered.
it. Yes. There is what else was happening in this club? There are people showering together, and then you go into the hot sauna. I didn't see the cold sauna, steam room. So you're having the sauna life, but it's in a sex
Wait, they
club.
got saunas?
Yeah, this one had a sauna club. Yes. So
See,
then when
that's
you're
where you messed up because I definitely would have just been chilling in the sauna. I wouldn't even be trying to touch
yes,
nobody. I'm trying to get my sweat on, my guy.
then you could got your sweat on and something else on all at the same time, Miss T. You just do you.
That's too much
So
sweating. I just want
it's
a
a
regular
lot, right?
sweat.
And no single males, only couples, and you don't see single females, only couples. And
Okay.
so
In the sauna.
then you go through a door, and then you go into a single male land. Well, the single men there are shoulder to shoulder, and
It's a whole
I said
sausage party.
it. I told her I had my husband. I was like, hold my hand. Like if you leave me, I swear to God, right? Don't let 1 inch of space come between us, all right? And so you're walking through the club and you see you know women. You'll see men like that are into blank holding, right? Um, just on the side, the husbands are just on the side watching their female having intercourse with groups of men.
They trying to
And
make sure that she happy.
she happy, right? Some of them, you don't know what their thing is. I talked to and interviewed a lot of guys, and they said number one, they can't perform. That a couple of guys told me that. So they have
Okay.
younger wives. It's okay. I know she's coming home with me. She loves me. One guy told me he's into that. That's his thing. He likes to watch her being pleased. That makes him happy. It gets him off, and then they take care of business when they go home or back to the room. So you just realize that people can create whatever they want in their physical life if it's consensual and it's agreed upon. These are not things that people were doing that wasn't agreed upon, that wasn't consensual. They were just living their adult lives as a married couple in a place where they felt free and unconfined around people judging them, shaming them, where they can just let loose. The Americans were deep over there. We was deep. I was like, USA, yes, yes, honey, yes, we was deep. You know, red, white, and blue, not the colors of France, our colors, red, white, and blue
We got
flags.
the stars and stripes all in this.
All in there. I remember one time I went there, some guy had a Trump flag on the counter. I'm in France. I'm
All right,
like, are
first
we
of all,
really?
sir,
Sir,
you couldn't
we're not
leave
we're
that
not
at home.
politicking. Right.
We
We're not
couldn't leave that at
politicking.
home.
We're
I'm
not
embarrassed
politicking.
for
We
him.
trying to have fun.
I hope he didn't get nothing while he was out
Probably
there.
not.
Same, same.
Probably not. So, you can, if you can imagine it, you can experience there. And it is really a place, they say there's no place in the world like it. It's Hito, it's different than Temptations. because it's a naturalist village, so you have to be naked through this huge city. You can bicycle. There's mega yachts pulling up with, you know, hey, there's a war going on, but I saw Russians and Ukrainians having some relations. They was getting it in,
Oh,
and
they
they
were
had,
having a
you
different
know,
kind of relations.
yeah. I was like, that's what Putin need to come on up over here. And
No,
come
he don't.
on
No, he
and bring
don't.
Macron, come on, and the Kapdak, and y'all need to
Nope,
just have
nope.
a
They
man
keep that
fight
foolishness out there. They
and
keep
just
that
get it
foolishness
on.
out there. Everybody else can get together, but they cannot.
Y'all just need to come to Kapdak, y'all have a man fight and be done and leave your people alone because they just want to have fun. They was having fun. And I talked to it. There was knee-deep Russians, many Ukrainians there. And I'm like, people all over the world are just adults having fun. So I thought, if anything that you take from this talk with you guys, my interview, and I got so excited talking about it, it's really like you can have whatever you want with your partner. If you talk about it, you agree to the play you want to have, and you're not coerced into anything, that it's free will. No coercion, no pressure, what I mean by that. And you're willing to have the fun and not walk away with any shame or guilt, right? That's what you don't walk away with. You don't want any drama. No shame, no guilt. Have the conversation, go enjoy it. And keep in mind, Kapdak is not just about people in the lifestyle. It's also a place if you're a naturalist and just want to have a natural vacation, being nude, just laying on the beach. It's also that vibe as well. So it is truly amazing, from the food, from the shopping, from the clubs, from the people. It is the only place in the world like it, and I got to experience it. So I know we are out of time, aren't we? Are we?
I have said.
We are out of time.
Yeah, Katie's like, yes, Doc
We are
Ross.
out of time.
Okay,
I have
all right.
said.
I know, right? But if you're on YouTube, stay here. You know, we're going to finish this up. But Katie, go ahead and like, we're going to take us down and get us out of here. We're going to keep on YouTube and answer some more questions. But you know what we say out there in Radio Land? We believe in always staying safe and playing safe. And we're going to see you guys next week on Brownsugar Confessions, again being live. And I think next week we're talking about consent, aren't we? Is that where we're going?
I think
Yes.
so.
I think so. I think we're talking about consent and what is consent? And we're going to talk about it, even how you could even have your children understand, your young adult, your teenager, what consent is, your college child. And we're going to have
So
some
important.
games and talk about consent next week, along with our other hot topics. So you guys know by now, we're Brown Sugar Confessions. We're going to see you next week. You guys stay safe and play safe. Bye-bye for now, guys. Thank you so much. So if you guys are still on YouTube, we're going to close her out soon. Are there any questions I can answer? Anything you guys want to know? We got anything happening on YouTube? Oh,
So
my goodness.
far, V Marie says she went to the DR in January and had a great time.
Really?
Yeah, I want to know about
Is
more
that the
about
new?
that.
Is that the new club that just opened up? Ask her
I-
that.
V Marie, is that the new club that just opened up in the Dominican Republic? If you can, write us in, let us know. Nita says it sounds like we're not going to Hito next year, but France.
No, Nisa, we are going to Hito next year. And Brown Sugar Confessions is actually going to be there next October. We are
Yeah.
doing a whole thing there. So we're going to put all the links up. No, Tammy says no. What are you saying no to, Tammy? So we're doing a whole thing there next year, in Jamaica at Hito. We're going to be there. So yes. So and I will, and Nitsa. So be in Hito, but not in April, but in October. But you might see me back in Kapdak in I think it is June. I think you may see me back there. So
You spent how much? You spent 11 days in Kaptak. What else were you doing? Because you were gone for a minute.
then I went to Amsterdam.
Oh, how was
Let's
Amsterdam?
talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
Y'all, we got several people from Carousel, so that's like home for y'all. But let me tell
Mm.
you something.
Uh
If you
oh.
can think it and do it, you can do it in Amsterdam.
I always wanted to go to
Do
Amsterdam.
tell.
It's, you know,
Always.
Amsterdam, number one, is beautiful. The food is amazing. I will say that. The people are really friendly. I had a great time, you know, canals and how it was built. And we did all that, you know, typical Amsterdam touring. But when you go to Amsterdam, people go there because they want to do the window shopping, right? Because the
Mhm.
girls in the red light district. But this is my husband. And I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to, this is almost a quote. Why I want to go window shop when I've been in Cap Dac? I was like,
I
okay.
can see that. I
I
can see
got
that.
you, right? He was like, I've
I
been
can
to
see
Cap
that.
Dac for 11 days. I want to watch a girl through a window. Why?
See, you got to do it the other way. But
Yeah.
Tammy did respond. Tammy did respond. She
What
said,
she say?
Dr. Val, tell me about lifestyle. Hold on. Lifestyle and size
Oh,
acceptance.
yes, Tammy, that is such a girlfriend. Let me tell you something. Mm-mm-mm. The one thing I love about the lifestyle is that you will see people there from size 0 to a size whatever you can imagine. It is such an accepting community of sizes, of shapes, of even people that have that are have physical handicaps that are there. You will see men with micro penises. I'm talking like you really have to almost pull it out of their stomachs. We saw some that were there. You will see
Did we see
women.
like the big guys where it looked like it was swallowing their penises, like
Yes,
we did in
yes,
Hito?
yes, yes. That's what you're going to see. You'll see women there that are, you know, I saw a woman in Cap that was easily, you know, maybe 350, having the best sexy time of her life.
That's what I'm talking about.
And she was I loved her because she had this humongous afro. I mean when
Ooh.
she walked, and she had waist beads on and high heels at the
Mm.
pool party. So here this beautiful woman is with waist beads on, this humongous afro. And one thing about Cap, you can't take pictures. Imagine a stage like maybe 8 feet above the ground, maybe 10 feet above the ground. It was an African DJ playing, and she goes on stage and she's twerking. And she was. We were
Yeah.
like, yes, honey. And I will be honest, you know, I don't know, you know, there are not, you know, there's people from all over the world, but at this pool party, I will say if you were African American, no, I can't use the word African American. If you were black, we were in a minority. There were not that many of us. Now, French people don't say black from what I understand, but to me, y'all black, so I'm
Is it
sorry,
like
but
more of like people of the African diaspora type
yeah,
of?
I think so. Maybe that's a better way to put it. So
Yeah.
she was from the diaspora for sure. I'm not sure which country she was from, but she got up there and them fools went wild.
I bet they
I'm
did.
talking wild. So it's very accepting. So much so accepting, Tammy, that there is a group called BBW, and they're all over the world. Big, beautiful women. And they, in order to be accepted to the group, you have to be a minimum of some places like 200 and go up. That's all, that's what they want. They want a BBW, and that's the acronym that's used. So it's very accepting. I saw girl on girl play with BBWs. That's the acronym I'm going to use as we're talking about this. And you know, it was lovely just to see grown people just expressing their sexuality without any shame or guilt. You know, and sizes of clothes from size, you know, 0 up to size, you know, 5XL, whatever it was. Just, you know, the sizes also range when you were shopping there. So I will say CapDac does actually think about inclusion. of all sizes, in addition to providing resources for those that are physically disabled as well. There were many ramps. There were clubs that had ramps going in. They had several shops. They had they called them assisted play devices, because if some people that had some physical disabilities, they need certain types of equipment to help them engage in sexual activities. Some of these individuals did, and there was a store just for them that had things and apparatus there and equipment there for people that have physical concerns that need certain kinds of equipment. So I will say that CAP does a beautiful job in inclusion of any and everybody. I saw women with mastectomies. You saw, of course, implants. You saw stretch marks. No one cared. You could be laying buck naked next to a billionaire, and here some people are check to check. You don't care when you're naked. We're all the same. We're God's creatures. That's what I love about it. And it's just people hugging and kissing, and just welcoming you. So it's a great place to go. And for a woman of color, right? And this is this is just me talking as a black woman, because you hear that, oh, some places in Europe are not welcoming to women of color. That's a lie. It's a lie. I am 61 years old. I have not been catcalled in a long time, but I was catcalled so many times that I did not find offensive. I was being whistled at. I'm like, hey, where's the whistle? Let me just turn. I loved it. I loved it. You're so beautiful. Oh, your skin. Oh my God, your skin. I wish I had your skin. It is so beautiful. Just touching. And it was just such an appreciation of my blackness that I liked. I'm like, wow. And black men appreciating me, Frenchmen, other people from Europe appreciating my skin. And I did not feel awkward in any way, shape, or form. I felt very welcomed, even though in some places I was the only black woman, but I didn't feel like I was the only black woman. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I just felt like a woman. That was beautiful. Yeah. I just felt like a beautiful woman, not because of anything. And that's the kind of place that I like to go to, where I'm not fetishized. I'm just accepted as a beautiful woman. So yes, Tammy, I was long-winded, but the answer is yes. Size inclusion, race inclusion, disability inclusion, you name it, that city does accommodate all ranges of people. So it's a great place to go. Like I said, we'll be going back, and I'll put all the links up when we get everything organized. But we would love to see you, Tammy, on one of those. And Nitsa, girl, that's something for you. Come on from Carousel. Come on over. That's your home. That's your country.
So Nitsa says that she'll be in Hito again with us.
Ooh.
Because last April was really fun. She enjoyed herself. And then Tammy wants to hear more about.
So Amsterdam. So, phew, I'm glad we off the radio. I can just talk openly and TikTok.
Let's
Yes.
do it.
So in Amsterdam, of course you have the window shopping, and it's okay, Tammy. So like again, coming from Kapdak to Amsterdam, you're like, okay. But for those that don't, right?
If you do it the other way around.
I'm gonna tell you what I did enjoy though, because we're walking around and you see these girls and and some guys were talking to them and they're making dates to go inside to have play with them, which is all fine and good. But they also have live sex shows in Amsterdam.
Oh.
So I said to my husband, can we go see a live sex show? He was like, we just left Kapdak. We saw live sex.
Like, we saw live sex for free. What do you want to go and pay for?
Exactly. That's exactly what he said. What
Such
is
an
cheap?
Aries.
Such an Aries. Right? We saw it for 2 weeks for free. Well, we got to pay. I was like, but it's not on a stage with music and like theatrical.
She's like, it's not scripted. I want to see
It's not scripted. Right. So So we went to one night. We were there for 3 nights. One of the nights we did go to a live sex show because I'm like I hadn't seen one on a theater, and I wanted to go experience it and see what it was like. And so it's like going to a movie theater. You're in your seat, and there's ushers that will sit you down. You
Are there
get your
popcorn?
I was thinking there are snacks upstairs in the bar area because they have
That's what I'm
alcohol. So you
talking
go
about.
upstairs, you get your snacks,
That's
and
what
then the usher will escort you to your seat. And so they'll have a nice big stage, and all of a sudden, out the center of the stage, a bed will come out the center, and there is typically a woman giving a guy a sloppy toppy, because you got to keep him hard. You got to keep him hard, right? That's the first
Yeah.
thing. You're gonna see that. You got to keep him hard.
Gotta keep them in trance.
Yeah, you got 300 people watching you have sex. He needs a lot of stimulus, right? He
Yeah.
got to keep it hard. So I was like, every man is coming up from the stage platform, getting this sloppy toppy. He's getting it, keeping himself engaged because the act has to start. So they had an act. It was how was I going to describe this act? They weren't BDSM. It was more or less they were. Was it grunge or maybe tatted? They were both heavily tatted. It looked like Vikings, kind of the way that their hair was done, his hair and her hair. They had a Nordic kind of vibe to them and their play. And he's going down on her on stage, and people are saying, "Yes, yes, we love it. Lick this, lick that." And he's giving people the thumbs up, and he's doing it. And then, she goes out on him, and she's like, yeah, do this, do that. And she's doing it, and people are applauding, and, they're engaging in sex, and everyone is clapping at the end of the scene, and then the stage goes down, and then they offer more alcohol, and then the next scene comes up from the middle of the scene, and there's another scene. And so sometimes they bring people on stage with them. There was one girl that did like the Copacabana thing, and she brought people on stage, and of course a couple of Americans, and and you can't touch them, right? But of course the guys want to try them out. They want to touch the girls. You're not supposed to touch them. And they're engaging with the people from the theater that are on stage with them. They're not having sex, just playing around with the whips and stuff like that, trying to keep the crowd going. So we sat through the whole set because I was curious. Like, we must have saw 7 or 8 scenes. My husband at one point was like this. Can we go now?
He's like, I done seen all of this already for free.
Yeah. He's like, can we go now? And so I'm like, wait a minute, there's one more. Well, I want to see one more. Because then I was curious, do they start the same sets over again? Sure enough, the same set starts over again. So then I'm thinking to myself, these people must be tired. And what are they using to keep their erections up?
Right.
Oh,
That's
a good
what the question was.
Questions that need answers. That's
Yeah,
good.
so-
gas
that's
station
a trained
pills.
professional there.
Yes, absolutely.
Are
Trained
they-
professionals.
Is it gas
Right.
station pills or is it tantric retention?
It is neither. It's a shot.
I mean, it's a chemical. We'll work with it.
It's a shot. So when I was in Cap, and apparently you can get it in France. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't know it, so I'm not endorsing it. I'm not telling y'all nothing. But people say they buy it on Amazon in the U.S. I was like, what? You buy it on Amazon?
This is why men die quicker.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all just be buying stuff on Amazon and injecting yourself. Okay, whatever. But
Absolutely.
anyway, they can buy it.
Give it like another 3 years. It's going to be on Temu for like $5.
Exactly, right? They buy it on Amazon, and they grab a little bit of their stomach and they inject themselves, and it is better than Viagra or Cialis, and they said they feel amazing. The guys were talking about they use it all the time. So you see guys, because the bathrooms are, you walk by and they're open bathrooms, because like really, who cares at this point, right? And guys are just injecting themselves in the belly. It was quite common to see it in the clubs, It was Common and Captac, and one American guy. He was from Texas. He was like, "Oh, Doc Bell, I bought a whole suitcase full with me. I bought a whole suitcase.
He was
Homeboy came
ready.
down there with a pharmacy. He was like, "Oh, you need to do this. You need to try." I was like, "Are you taking this stuff back to the U? Can you get this back to the U?" "Oh yeah, yeah, no problem at all. All right." Just had a whole. He was 67. Texas. Him and his wife. She was from Serbia. I would never
First of
forget
all,
that couple.
coming in and out of Texas, this does not surprise me in the least bit.
I was shocked. I was shocked. And injecting, taking, I'm like, y'all will do anything to have that erection. Anything to have that erection for the play. So that, and I'm not going to tell you what it was because I don't know it. I don't endorse it. You know, I'm not about that. It's not medically proven. I don't have my doctors on here talking about it. I don't go there, but that's what they were doing. And I'm assuming these men had to have some type of stimulant. They were young. They were maybe, no one was over 30, the guys. They were quite young that were on the stage in Amsterdam. And they were just coming back scene after scene after scene and having sex. So they must have been using something. Did they orgasm? It didn't look like it, but it definitely looked like they were just playing the scenes over and over again. So yeah, I think that, you know, the whole experience in Amsterdam and in Cap, you know, for a woman, you know, believe it or not, I'm quite shy and introverted. I really am. And it takes me a lot to get comfortable being nude. You know, they know me. It takes a lot. It's not like, oh, I just dropped my clothes and like, that's not my culture. That's not my upbringing. My husband is from Europe. And in his culture, you know, he's from Bavaria. They clothes off. That's what they do in the parks, clothes off. Me, not so. It takes a lot for me. Like, I'm like, just hold on, honey. Let me breathe. Let me just calm down. I gotta check out the scene. You know, I gotta feel the lay of the land.
Problem. Take your clothes off.
Yes,
It's
that's
time to
him.
do the thing. Take your clothes
Yes, take your
off.
clothes off, right? And I'm like, he's like, why are you covering up? I'm like, I feel so self-conscious. Like, you're beautiful. And I kept saying, I'm 61. He's like, who can tell? Like, seriously.
Exactly. Like, first of
Who
all,
can
man,
tell?
who's
Stop.
looking at you and
Stop.
saying 60?
And I'm like, I'm old. I'm like an old woman. These women are
Damn,
20
you
and
look like
30.
45. You look
Oh,
like
I
you're
love you.
45.
Love you. And so I was having like moments of self-doubt in my own head. No one made me feel that way. I was just like comparing myself to a 20-year-old. Like, he's like, she's 20. What are you crazy? Why are you comparing yourself to a 20-year-old woman? Look at the 70-year-old woman over there, the 61-year-old woman that looks that like, wow, look at my wife. He was like, you have nothing to put your head down about. So for me, who doesn't, sometimes I have my own body insecurities, it reinforces that we're all beautiful. So it helps me get out of my head when I'm in those kinds of environments. And it helps me to break down some of my barriers. So it does a world of wonders for me to be in that. I'm not about the play, but I am about the scenes. I just like to watch and see people engaging and learn and then talk about it in my various classes that I teach and how people can have better relations in these kind of environments, from consent all the way down from actual engagement itself. And so that is what I did. It was an amazing experience. We're going to have all these links up for you guys. For those on TikTok, thank you guys for hanging out with me. For you guys on YouTube, you guys have been amazing. Thank you for joining us. And for the radio out there, we're going to see you next week. And we're Brown Sugar. And you